Well, it's about time we showed you where we're staying. So you've seen the outside before, which is just here. It's called Top at Thill Farm. There's a series of barns. There's a cafe there as well. This has only been open at weekends, so we did have breakfast in there this morning. And this is ours. The Frisian cabin. Oh, look, we've got occupants. Can I come in? Can I come in? And this is our little room. Bijou.
It is.
But it's very nice. We've got a heated under sheet, isn't it? Which is very
blanket underneath.
very nice. And then an electric fleecy blanket from top. So it's been very cosy. Well, this is it.
Kettle and a
Well, we've
pan
got-
heater.
Yeah, no way of cooking in here. We were expecting maybe something to cook. There I am. So very small, but it's got everything we need, hasn't it?
Well, it was a Frisian cowshed.
It was. You can see the
Very rustic.
very rustic gaps in the roof, but it's not rained in on us. It's just nice. It's a nice change from the van. A nice change from a travel lodge. The dogs have been quite settled. It's a stone floor, so it's a good job we brought beds for them. And this has been our home for the last couple of nights, and one more night to go. And we were sat outside before in the courtyard, just out there with a cuppa, and it's been a cafe for years apparently, and a couple of customers said that when their kids, who are now in the 50s, were little, they used to bring them here, and upstairs, on the top of the farmhouse, there used to be a train set that visitors used to come and see. So that's us. That's where we've been staying. Quick stop for a cup of tea and a slice of cake. Well, I said earlier in the video we might be going on a boat. And here we are. Wait.
You're 21, please. Do you mind sticking your head as you know? Okay.
Cheers. This is a dog who doesn't like water. Go on now. Go on now. Cheers. Thank you. Good boy. Go on. I'm not sure. Good boy. Good boy.
Yeah, and you know, it wasn't
So now we have reached our cruising speed. Yes, we are actually moving. I'm going to switch the seatbelt sign off, so feel free to walk about the boat now, but please do remember that you are sitting upon a raised platform, so be aware of this as you move about. Talk about mills, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things. I'm carried away there. Skipton boomed during the Industrial Revolution as it lies on the Liverpool Canal between the major cities of, any idea? Liverpool, correct. And so a great many mills sprung up. As a wise woman, a nun I believe, once sang, the mills were alive with the sound of spinning. In 1785, the first industrial mill in Skipton was built. It was located at the entrance of Skipton Woods and was a cotton spinning mill, powered by water. In 1825, an annex was added with steam power. High Mill was abandoned when the lease renewal and could not be renegotiated, whereupon the newly unemployed workers queued up outside Sidgwick's house to give him a good kicking. High Corn Mill on Chapel Hill near the castle, which used to mill corn as early as 1310. That's 10 past 1 in the afternoon to you. Not that early, really. Tenants within Skipton were not allowed to buy their corn from anywhere else and were forced to pay a toll. This only stopped in the 19th century. And on that dubious note, to a collection of dubious notes of a different kind, is some wonderful music from Nick's favourite orchestra, playing the Blue Danube. That's what I call a link. The canal was started in 1770 and opened in stages, although it was not properly completed for over 40 years. It was built to an unusual gauge, considering the areas it linked together. The locks were only built large enough to accommodate the Yorkshire keels of the Calder and Humber rivers and were too short for the average size Mersey flat or any Midland narrowboat. It's a long navigation and climbs steeply into the hillside of Lancashire. As water supply to the summit was always going to be difficult, it was built for vessels drawing no more than 4 feet. The canal barges that evolved from all these constraints were the Leeds and Liverpool short boats. About 60 feet long and 14 feet wide, they combine styles of construction from both east and west of the Pennines. Most short boats were carvel-built wooden craft, fat but efficient, with a fine, graceful run aft, bringing the water smoothly up to a big wooden rudder. Some were round-sterned, with all the planks pulled in and fixed to one vertical stern post, but many of the horse boats, especially on the Yorkshire side, were built with a large square transit stern. Steel short boats were being built into the 1950s, and most of these survived, although scattered around the system. One is even near London after a coastal passage. And several are to be seen in or near Manchester, where the Leeds and Liverpool Canal proper is joined to the Bridgewater Canal by the Lee branch. These Leeds and Liverpool short boats also developed an elaborate and unusual style of decorative paintwork, quite distinct from that of other canal craft. Panels of strong colour with contrasting borders carried intricate painted scrollwork and deeply shaded lettering, and even the guard irons at bow and stern were painted with repeat patterns of stripes, triangles and little fleur-de-lis. Pictures appeared as well, but not as constrained in subject matter as the castle convention of the narrowboats. Cottages, sailing ships, vases of flowers, horses, windmills, monkeys. Monkeys, I'd love a monkey on the side of my narrowboat, on a bike, funniest thing in the world. Anything and everything that appealed to popular taste could be incorporated within the strong visual framework of the painted panelling, with each corner filled in as a quadrant. Most of all, however, it was the insistent painted scrollwork that gave the short boats their special regional character, a tradition that is in grave danger of being entirely lost. At a steady walking speed, a horse can move approximately, get this, 50 times as much weight in a boat that it could with a cart on old-fashioned roads. Possibly 100 times its own body weight. Amazing. The load moves with minimal friction, whilst the strength of the animal is linked directly to the load with little wasted energy. And it was this efficiency equation that inspired the development of the canal system in the 18th century. It was also this same old-fashioned horsepower that kept it going profitably for a century and a half thereafter. Even after the widespread introduction of steam and motorboats, horse-drawn craft continued to operate and compete until the middle of the 20th century. Horses are a critically important part of canal history, but a part that is in danger of being overlooked in this mechanical age. Remember, always, it wasn't so much the steam engine that created the Industrial Revolution, it was the horse that brought the coal to the boiler in the first place. Horse boating, for all its apparent slow, romantic grace, was not for the faint-hearted. It was very hard work requiring skill, judgment and experience, interspersed with long hours of plodding drudgery, and most of the boating population were pleased to move on to motorboats as they became available. Engines, you see, didn't get tired, and you didn't have to walk behind them all day, every day. The decorative ropework tradition of canal boats was the combination of cultural need coupled with the ready availability of the right material at a price the boatman could afford. The practical need was primarily fendering, something soft and resilient between the boat and the lock wall, or something to protect the house-proud skipper's elaborate paintwork from damage. Big, tough fenders had to be made and fitted to the bows of any boats when working locks, and a big set of stern fenders was needed on a motorboat to soften the bumps of the towed butty boats running into the motorboat's stern in bridges or shallow places. A thick plait of rope was put around the very top of the big wooden horseboat rudder to protect the paint, and several small plaits or tucked heads encircled the wooden tiller to save it from damaging the cabin roof. These were practical needs being fulfilled in a logical way with waste rope, and a neat craftsman and a tidy boat captain ensured that these fenders always looked neat and tidy, all properly shipshape in nautical parlance. There were, however, many other pieces of decorative ropework on a well-furnished narrowboat which, whilst probably originally invented for functional reasons, gradually became simply decorative additions. Short ropes with fancy knitted ends dangled down the cabin sides and from the water can and the chimney, and pretty tubes of knotted ropework adorned with more tucked head plaits were strained taut down the back of the rudder. Ropes originally tied over a folded tarpaulin topcloth to stop it blowing away became permanent, neat geometric designs in rope.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'll save
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks a lot. See you later.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Come. All big dogs are on board today, aren't they?
That was good.
Yes.
Entertaining
It was
commentary
entertaining.
from Dave Spikey. Not sure that Nab was over keen, but he settled.
It was Bay that didn't.
Why are you laughing at me?
Because you got the rucksack. They don't suit you. Look at the state of you. Turn around.
What?
That can't be comfortable.
I don't. Why? What's
You're all
wrong with it?
rucked up and everything.
I'm always rooked up.
I despair.
Have I improved in the last 20 years?
No.
What are we doing now?
I don't know. Coffee.
I think so. And over there is the car park we've parked before, where you can park up overnight in your van for a reasonable price. This bit's full of Bolton Abbey video.
We're in the heart of Skipton now, by the canal. We saw engraved at the Abbey. This is the statue to Frederick Reddy Seaward's Truman OBE. One of cricket's greatest fast bowlers for Yorkshire and England.
And we just thought we'd show you the statue
While
we visited the grave at the Abbey. Well, that's been a real fun weekend, thank you.
Good. Glad you enjoyed it.
Big surprise. Hope you've enjoyed joining in the birthday celebrations. Seeing what we've got up to. My surprise. Surprise.
Surprise.
It was, because it was, as we said at the beginning of this video, pack your bags, we're going away. So if you've enjoyed it, thanks very much and for watching all the way through, and we will see you again soon. Bye.
Bye.
We're homeward bound on the A1M.